Geditz. Could you come forward, please?
A little gimpy because of his age. Should give him a hug. It's about time. Turn your bell around. Well, whatever, that's fine.
Good job. Jerry Geditz and I and Birch were actually roommates at Yankee College until I think it was going into junior year. Sophomore year, he got married, etc., and moved out on us. But when you talk about, and we do, we talk about it in all sports, maybe and especially in football. We talk about, man, you got to get ready. You got to give 100%. You got to give everything you got. Been around the game, maybe not as long as some people, but long enough to know that there wasn't anybody. I mean, there wasn't anybody that gave any more of himself than Gerald Geditz did. He gave everything he had on every play, at all times. And that's just flat dab the way he was. I said that Jerry does it the same way today. He's a rancher farmer. He'll be a rancher farmer, I think, until they probably put us under and let the cows run over. Jerry, congratulations. You're a well-deserved greatest of the great player, man. Good man. Can't get emotional, damn it.
Hey, when I got the deal in the mail, the next day I was rolling beans, and I was in the tractor for about 10 hours, and all I could think about was all the things that went on in the college. And anyway, I started as a freshman, and I remember it was kind of a big step, and I got in a lot of games, but I get in there and you look at these eyes of these people, and it looked like war. They were tough people, and I wasn't there yet. And anyway, the next year, Coach McKee recruited quite a few people, and we had a lot of talent, but we didn't have a very good team. And we had a firecracker deal. Lost about 10 guys, plus the coach. And then luckily, Coach Cowan, our athletic director, hired Ron Blaylock. And I don't know if he was just a little bugger of his day. And, but I guess he's what got most out of me. He'd get to talking and his ears would get red. It was just amazing, really, what he could do. Anyway, the first year, we won one game. And yet I think we became a team because, I don't know, but there weren't a lot of people left at the end of the year that could play because they were hurt and for one thing or another. But anyway, the next spring, he started recruiting, and of course, they've already been mentioned, like Ireland and Hyrigs and Chappus. The first time I seen a tackling drill with Chappus, I knew it was a different story. Because he smacked, and that was great. But that year, we had a kind of a ragtag outfit. Joe Kramer was held together with tape, but he was a linebacker, and I don't know, he was a good tackler, and he was kind of a coach on the field. And of course, Roger Hyrigs ran, and Larry Ireland, McEnany. I don't know how many freshmen we had, but I think there was about 4 or 5 freshmen on the defensive team alone. And so there were a lot of young guys, but they were good. And we had a chance to win about every game. We lost the championship game to Westmar, and of course they had a better team, maybe. At least they had more talent. But I don't know if they had a better team. But anyway, they beat us. But from then on, I think that was the start of Yankton College in football. And you know, this guy was on that team too. And he learned. Laylock was, I think, the main thing. And I will tell you one little story, and I'll quit. The first game, he put me at nose guard, or middle guard, and this was the first game we played Morris. Anyway, we did a lot of stunning because we were little. We couldn't handle the big guys, but stunning, we were all right. Anyway, he, somewhere in the middle of the game there, the nose guard and the defensive linebacker both went the same way, and it opened up a hole, and the guy went about 60 yards for a touchdown. And it was me. I was the problem there. And so the next game, I was sitting on the bench. And we were playing Moorhead. And I don't know if you knew, but Moorhead, I think they had about 8,000 students, and Yankton College was about 400 to 500, I guess, at that time. Well, the game goes on, and about the middle of the third quarter, we're behind 40-0. And I'm sitting on the bench, and people are coming out of the game. They're hurt, they're limping and whatnot. And one guy comes out, the nose guard comes out, there's nobody else. So he put me back in, and I never went out again. So I guess he knew what he was doing. So anyway, before I quit, I want to introduce my daughter, Debbie. Stand up, Debbie. And my son, Louis. Vincent. It's an honor for me to have this. You can't believe.
Jerry, you deserve it.
You're all right.
You deserve it, bud.
You're all right.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody.